Hi, everybody. Welcome to Side Gigs for Single Moms. And this channel was designed to help single moms make money in a way that's fast, flexible, and most of the time fun. So I am here because I have done several videos on Instacart. I've done a couple of reviews. I'll put the links to them below, as well as kind of given some of the pros and cons to doing Instacart as a side gig. Um, but I wanted to provide more of a step by step video for those of you who decide that you want to give it a shot. I'll give a spoiler alert that I'm not here to tell anyone, yes, do it, or no, don't do it. In fact, I would say to anyone, if you're interested in doing grocery shopping for people with an app based company, I say definitely give it a shot. But I want to help people if they decided that that's what they want to do. Here is a beginner's guide because things have changed and they've changed rapidly over the course of the last couple of years that Instacart has been in existence. Um, I have only been doing Instacart for maybe about, let's see, 6 months? No, longer than that, about 7 months or so. Um, Even though you're like, that's not a long time. In some ways, it's an eternity. In some ways, it's not really a long time. Some people have been doing Instacart for years, and they can tell you one thing that they can say is kind of how it's evolved over the last couple of years. I can tell you it's evolved since last summer when I started. But regardless, I want to give you the best shot possible to make as much money as possible because none of us are volunteers. All of us are here to try to earn some extra cash. So the first thing I want to say is that if you are here, you probably have already signed up for Instacart. If you haven't, you can. I'm going to put my referral link below. After you see the video, even if you say, I am so inspired right now, I'm going to sign up for Instacart, feel free to use my referral link because, that's just a nice thing to do. I get a kickback, and I think you also get something for signing up through my link. So let's say that you've signed up, you've click, you've signed up through the link. What's the first thing that will happen? And I'm going to go by my experience and also the experience of the people that I know personally and the people that I've interacted with in some of the Instacart Facebook groups, which I'll talk about that a little bit later as well. So the first thing, after you have gone to the link, you have to wait for your background check to clear. And it just depends on what all you might have had or have going on in your life. I'm not judging how long that takes. For some people, it's like right away, bam, it's done. Some people, it might take a minute. So while you're waiting for that piece, and let me slow down a little bit. Some people have the question they've asked me, like, hey, wait a minute. I have to put in my information. I don't know. Is this legit? Do I put in my social security number? I don't know. People are scammers. The answer is yes. For any of these app based gigs, you have to take a chance and put your information out there. I can't say that there's no one out there scamming you, trying to get your information, but I can say in order to come on board as an independent contractor in these companies, you are going to have to put your information in, many times your social security number, so they can do that background check. Okay, so they're doing the background check, doot, 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 and you're waiting. While you are waiting for that background check to come back to say that you've been cleared, there are a couple of things that I would suggest you do. Number one, look on Facebook for Instacart groups. Instacart Facebook groups. This will give you a place where a lot of your questions can be answered. So that's the good part about the groups. On the other side, there are a lot of people who maybe not as positive as you like to live your life. And sometimes they kind of unload that negativity in those groups. Okay. So here's what I can say about that. I've been, like I said, I've been doing this less than a year. Some people have been doing Instacart for 2 and 3 years, maybe 3 years, over a year. I'd put that in the category of veterans. Those people have seen some dramatic changes in the way that Instacart as a company operates and the way the rates have dropped and the way things have been going. So, on one hand, it sounds like, oh, people are just negative, negative, negative. On the other hand, they might say, well, you're brand new. You don't know what it was like, 6 months ago, 8 months ago, 9 months ago, a year and a half ago, when I could make $1,000 a week, no problem. Now I'm only making $400 a week. Now, if you're brand new, you might say $400 a week, sign me up. So it's a matter of perspective, but I would suggest that you go into a group, look for a group in your local area. So, for instance, if you are in the New York area, it might be Instacart Shoppers of NYC, something like that, to get some tips, some hints, some tricks from your local fellow shoppers. And again, take everything you need. And if you don't care for something, or if you don't like it, you don't like the tone or whatever, then you may not choose to stay. But I say go to that group, because what you can do while you're waiting for your background stuff to clear, okay, if it clears, they might say, hey, we're going to mail you your card. There's a green, and I should have bought it, a green Instacart kind of a debit card that you use. This is like your Instacart money. So if you go to the register, you don't have to like, oh, I'm going to pay and Instacart's going to pay me back. Or no, we don't do that. We have a green MasterCard that has Instacart all up on it. Okay, they've already authorized an amount depending on who you're shopping for. So you are waiting after your background check to get a card so you can start shopping. So they may tell you, hey, the card's in the mail. Wait a week, 10 days, etc. If you're like me, when I was ready to start, I was ready to start. And that's when these local groups can be very, very helpful, because they can tell you, hey, you can go to Whole Foods on H Street and pick up your card once you've been approved. So all you have to do is show the person who works for Instacart in Whole Foods in this example and say, hey, I'm here to pick up my card. And they'll say, yep, it's legit. Here you go. Here's the card. Now, let's say that you found out where you can pick up your card. You've got your card and you're like, yay, okay, what do I do now? Next, what you do is you go on the app and you try to pick up hours. Now, this can be a very, very frustrating, a very interesting, a very nerve-wracking part of the whole Instacart deal. You go on and you try to pick up hours. Now, when you first sign on, unless they change something, you have what's called early access. Now, as of now, in 2018, early access means that Sundays at 9 a.m. your time, you can go on the app and sign up for hours for the next week. You're not going to sign up for hours for tomorrow, for the next week. Okay, that's early access. And there are different rules and regulations governing how you keep early access. You have to work a certain number of hours. I don't know if there's something that deals with your ratings. Like if your ratings are in the toilet, do you lose early access? I'm not sure. Thank goodness my ratings have not been bad. So I want you to know that it can be hard, even if you have early access, to get hours for the first couple of weeks. A lot of people get frustrated. They're like, oh no, I've signed up for Instacart, I passed the background check, and now I don't have any hours. I can't get any hours. It's Sunday. Oh my goodness, it's 9:30 and it says all the hours are gone. What do I do? Here's what you do. You stalk that app like it's your ex-boyfriend. Okay, let me back up. Not your ex-boyfriend. as if one would if they are a psycho ex-girlfriend. Okay, got it? You've got to keep an eye on that app. I lost early access a long time ago, which, it's all right. It's fine because if you follow this channel, you'll know that I do lots of different side gigs. So, and that'd be a word of advice. Don't just go with one side gig company, because when one starts to act up, bam, here comes the other one. But that's a whole different thing. So I would say that you take a look at the app like hourly, daily, whenever. You have your phone in your hand anyway. If you say, boy, tomorrow after my full time job, I might want to go do some Instacart hours. Let me see what they have. Bam, they might have something for you. So you've got to keep an eye on that app because people drop hours all the time. Okay. So let's say that you've gotten some hours. This is the last step I want to talk about. You've gotten hours, you're signed up, and then I had somebody ask me, okay, so what do I do? Where do I go? Here's the deal. Again, if they haven't changed it, about a half an hour before you're to start, usually you'll get an email or a text. It's a text on your phone that says, hey, your shift starts in 30 minutes. So what you want to do is you want to make sure you're in the zone for your shift when that shift starts. Okay. Now, if you're lucky enough, you might live in your zone. If so, cool. Just be ready to run out the door when they send you what we call a batch. If not, if your zone is somewhere else, you need to be in the boundaries of your zone. Okay. And nowadays, I think what they'll do is they used to send you like 30 minutes ahead of time. Hey, your shift begins in 30 minutes. Make sure you're in the zone. They send you a little map. I did a shift today. I didn't see the little map telling me where to go. I just happen to know where to go because I'm a veteran. So hopefully they will still give the newer shopper some type of guidance as to how to proceed, because that's a big question that I've received. They're like, okay, so I've signed up. Okay, so I'm supposed to work tomorrow. What do I do? What do I do? Okay, just wait for the text. And that's all I can say, because some of the particulars about the procedures may change, and they may have changed. But here's the deal. This with the cute phone case, okay? This phone is going to be your lifeline when you are on shift. So make sure it's properly charged up, which I need to do again because I'm supposed to do another shift in about 3 hours. Make sure that you have enough memory in your phone. Make sure that your phone is not cut off because, again, not judging. Make sure that your phone is ready and available to follow the directions that you'll get from Instacart. So that's it. I just wanted to give a quick video about kind of like, oh, okay, I'm thinking about this Instacart thing. What do I do? How do I get started? There you go. That's how you get started. So if you enjoyed this information or you think it was helpful, make sure you click like, comment on this video, and subscribe. I want you to tell me, if you are an Instacart shopper, what I left out. What did I leave out? If you had someone who was a brand new shopper, what do you wish you knew when you first started shopping with Instacart? And I know things change from region to region, etc. But what would you have found helpful? If you are brand new or you're thinking about joining Instacart, what did I leave out? What questions do you still have? So thank you so much for listening and joining me. Until next time, bye.